registered. So everybody just watch out for that email. Johnny, thanks a lot.
No problem. Yeah, have a good one, man.
In Malaysia, it is, I think, 4 a.m. or what time is it for you, Khai? You're on mute.
I just asked him to unmute.
We forgive you. It's early.
Good morning. It's
Hey, Khai, what time is it?
4:30 a.m.
Woohoo.
Yeah, 4:30 a.m.
Are you staying up late or getting up early?
Normally I get up early, around 6. And after that, I rest for a while and then continue back my day. Waking up at 7 or 7:30. Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me. Appreciate it.
So let me first say a few nice things about you. Khai Aziz is he fits the stereotype of everything that is bad in the world about what youth can be. He's a rock and roller. He's the leader of a punk band called Second Combat, which is I mean, he's a genuine rock star. There's a lot of people I know in Asia that know him, and they're they want his autograph. So he's also teaching the youth other bad things. He's teaching them to skateboard, and all for a good cause. The Second Combat is a straight edge brand. They are extremely serious about taking care of their minds and their bodies. No drugs for sure. And Khai is the president and founder of Drug-Free Malaysia, a phenomenal organization that is giving kids in Malaysia an alternative to drugs and violence. And Khai, with that, please take it away and tell us your story and what you do.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start with my history, my journey with skateboarding and punk rock and music and and positive lifestyle. So I started in 1996 at high school. After I finished high school, so I wanted to have a scene, and we created a scene which is big in our country, which is a skateboard and music scene. But before that, I found skateboarding in 93, 94, introduced by a friend. He became a very role model for myself, and he showed me what is skateboarding, what is punk rock is all about. And so I fell in love with skateboarding. So at my high school era, so I skate a lot. I forgot about going to schools, and I have more focus. I wanted to be a pro skater. I wanted to be like Mike Vallely, Eric Coston, those kind of heroes on my early days. And so after a while, I wanted to mix both, which is music and skateboarding, because on that time, lots of musicians in my country, they were skating and they were playing music. So we all mixed that together to become a cool person. So because we wanted, there's one band which has inspired us a lot, which is the Minor Threat. If you know, I think most of the people know him. The Black Flag. So all the American bands on that time were inspiring us. You know, you gotta skate, you gotta play some hardcore punk band, you gotta be in a hardcore punk band. So we were into that. So we become punk rock skater. They call it skate punk. So we got into that, and we invited all the kids who walk by to join us. So we like recruiting all the kids in the streets to join our team. So whoever walk wearing a pair of Vans or skate shoes, we invited them to join us. So we created a small scene in my city, we call it the Klang Valley, which small part of Selangor State. Of Malaysia, and we become big and we become well known. So because we travel a lot, one of my friends, his name is Ali Kundang, is a very legendary skater. Back in the days, he the one who invited me to join the scene, and he said that, Khai, I think we need to get out from our city, and we need to see other skater outside of our city and learn from them. So that's where we started to tour. We did a small skate tour lah. So we traveled to state by train, by bus. So we were so passionate about skating and passionate about meeting new friends and passionate about music. So we did all. We pack our bag and we take our skate and we skate all around Malaysia, and we make friends and we make connection to other people around Malaysia. So and we actually, what we did is we were promoting our state, our city, and ask people to come to our city to skate at our city. So we have we found a big skate park where we did lots of skate demos over there. We invited all the pro skaters to skate at our city. So two things must come in our programs, which is skate and music. So after we did a big concert on the first day, and the next day will be a skate demo. So we did that and become a signature to our event. So everyone knows that Khai, Ali Kundang, and the rest of the gang of Klang Valley skaters will do this there. So they will have a music concerts going on Saturday, and the next day will be the biggest skate demo in Malaysia. So it's not a competition. It's not a skateboard comp because we didn't have money and we don't know how to get sponsors by that time. So we were like 16 years old, 17 years old, finish high school and wanted to expand and wanted to get exposed to skateboard world. So we invited all the people and we become well known. So everyone knows who's Khai Aziz, who's Ali Kundang. But then after a while, we go separate ways. Ali wanted to further the studies, and I wanted to focus on the band. So and I was like, I have to choose. Either I want to skate or I want to more focus on the band. So I choose the band, and because on that time there's so many trouble in our city. Lots of my friends, lots of them become druggies. So they turn to drugs, and they left skateboard, they left music, and so it's what we call, it's devastating for us seeing our friends, got into that. And also I have a personal issues by that time where my late brother were heavily into drugs, so I have to do something. I have to save him. So my focus were going to other things or other area, which is saving my brother and saving my friends. So our getting into that, and so I have to change my lifestyle. Like going skating all over, and instead of just doing something good. And first thing I want to focus is about to save my brother. And so I have the band, the Second Combat Band, where we shift from punk rock, drunking and druggies punk band into straight edge hardcore band. So I have to shift that. And I called up with my friends, all my band members, saying that we got to change our lifestyle. So we cannot be like this. We cannot do stone every time when we play in a show. And we all agreed that we wanted to become drug free and wanted to become straight edge and get our message out there, spread around to our friends, saying that drugs is not cool. Drugs kills, and drugs will not save, will not be a way of life. So my message was there. We'll put it in the lyrics in the song, and every time we have a show, we have a message to be delivered. And we were inspired by all this hardcore band from Washington DC and New York. All these bands like Youth of Today's, New York, and Minor Threat, Chain of Strength, Warzone. So that's where the first inspiration of mine. But then
Okay.
also,
That was a big transformation when you did that. And what happened to your audience and your fans when you did that?
they understand this. They understand it. That they. I know I lose some friend, but I gain more friends. Some people don't understand why I do not smoke, why I do not do pot smoking anymore, and I used to do that a lot, and even drink a lot. So, but then I have to figure out for another way of life, which is the straight edge lifestyle, the drug free lifestyle. So. I am really grateful to that, and all the fans are shifting their mind, and shifting also. They copied what I do, what
So
I did.
you influenced them then?
I influenced them, and suddenly there's a few bands came out from my cities, the same idea, and with the same idea and the same way of life like me. So. I created more bands like me, straight edge hardcore bands. So there were Kids on the Move, there were Never End, there were Channel X. There's a lot of bands coming up, and you can see when there's a show of my band. So all the kids were, they're getting in front of me and with the axe on their hands, and excited to be, to listen to my messages about drug-free lifestyle. So they were following what we did. So we become a trendsetter in our city. Yeah.
Right, and when did this lead to your founding of Drug Free Malaysia?
Okay, that was after a while. I think after 5 to 6 years, I work in a couple of corporate industries, like working in the banking. At the same time, I was a corporate banker, and then I found I really wanted to do to work on my own, because I did a lot of shows, and I did a lot of gig and concerts. So I wanted to have time to focus on this event. So I found a person which is lead me to open up an NGO. And he said that he will assist me on doing the NGO. He worked in the government. So he shows me everything. So I worked with him for a while, and then I quit my job, and I put all my effort and myself into doing the NGO thing, because I see that the potentials of I see myself in activism, because in hardcore punk they teach people to do charities. They encourage people to do activism, saving people, saving animals, saving the world. So I was inspired by all the bands of my friends in the Europe. So they all the musicians are getting involved in Greenpeace, in PETA, and in a lot of NGOs. So I wanted to do the same in Malaysia. So I was, I start this trend, and now I study NGO, and try to persuade it, try to maintain it until now. And that was in 2010, I think, 2009, 2010. So I decided that I wanted to be an activist full time.
How does Drug Free Malaysia work?
Basically, the first name that I have for my association was Drug Free Youth Association, because I was youth before that, and so we recruit young people to join as a member of Drug Free Youth, and we encourage them to live a positive lifestyle. But at the time, I have more focus on teaching kids music. So whatever programs that I did, so I teach them how to create music and how to get that creative thinking into action. So get them do lyric, make them write some lyrics about drug-free lifestyle, and to show them how drug-free lifestyle works. Because I show them who is drug-free skaters, who is drug-free musicians, who is drug-free actors. So I have a presentation which I did at schools. So one of the person that inspired me is Toby Morse from H2O. He's in New York, so he did a program called One Life, One Chance. That had inspired me to go to schools to create my own module and to inspire young kids to live drugs. He's also a skater. He's a hardcore punk skater. So it seemed like me. So I copied whatever he did into action, and I carried out into our programs, which is skateboarding and drug-free lifestyle and hardcore punk music could never be separated. So it's always been there, and it's a traditional way of life of the hardcore punk skaters back in the days. Nowadays, people are not practicing it. So we just wanted to to share it to the kids out there. You want to be cool. You want to be you want people to look at you. You got to have skills. You got to do something which is cool. Which is, for me, the only thing is playing in a band or playing skateboard and to show some skills and have focus on it. So that's what I did. So I inspired a lot of kids. Going out to school. I've been to more than 500 schools in Malaysia. So I travel a lot to do my speeches. And
what do you? How does a visit to a school go? What do you do?
Okay. At schools, I have my my presentation going, and I have my module. So right now, we try to implement skateboard and music to go along together, and we separate the group, and one of them can learn music, and one of them can learn skateboard, because drug-free youth, it started with skateboarding and it started with music. So that's the main, the basic core of drug-free youth back in the days. Because before our name was drug-free youth, it was named United Front. And so all the people in the United Front were skateboarders and drug-free. And musicians and hardcore punk musicians. They're not just hardcore punk. They were grunge. They were hip hop. They were indie rockers. So there's a lot of people coming out together, making a scene in the United Front. So from the United Front, I changed it to drug-free youth association. So yeah, that's how I did it. I make programs. I meet teachers at school and ask them, hey, can I have my programs at schools? And I have to meet a lot of teachers, headmasters, and government people to get approved to go to schools, because it's not easy at all. At first, I have no idea. I have no clue how to get into schools, but I really wanted to do my presentation. I really wanted to share my ideas and my stories to the kids. So I just get some friends ask me to invite me to go to school. So maybe it's not legal, it's not okay to do like that, but I have to do it. I ask people to help me out, but then I know how to get into school. I have to write letters and meet the people in the management of the education ministry. So we have to pass all that before we can do a tour to all the schools, because not all school will agree. Not all school will invited us to go to school, because they will ask, where's the paper, where's the document, and they will ask all that. So it's kind of tough to get to schools in Malaysia.
However,
you can go underground. Yeah.
So you succeeded, and there's a lot of people who are watching right now they're trying to do good things with skateboarding education. I mean, what kind of advice can you give them that might help them to succeed in their country and in their efforts?
Okay. For those people who wanted to try to do skateboard education at school, so I suggest that for me, I started with underground, so I never believe, or I always like crash into things because I believe like it's a skateboard things. You fall and you get up, you fall and you get up. So that's how I took that in life. So if I in how to get to school, so you need to have a letter of intent, or asking the teachers about the programs, and compile it with the proposals, or you can have it with proposals or your presentation together with a letter, and ask for a meeting with a teacher, with the schools or the teacher. So, and ask them to invite you into the school. So that's how I do. I write a letter, ask them to invite, and then I can, do my presentations. And so from there, probably other schools, maybe the schools, if they are interested with your program, so they will tell other school, hey, invite this guy to your school, so he does good programs, and they will promote you from mouth to mouth. So that's how I got into more schools. So even the government started to notice me. The ministry started to notice me, because not much of people will do things like me, because I left my job for a good cause, and it was a trouble thing for me, because I don't have any basic allowance and stuff, and but suddenly I started to write proposal to the ministry, and asking for grants and asking for funding, and because I have good track record from there, and you show that at least you have 10 schools which is you are good at, with a letter of recommendation from the school saying that, oh, this guy's good and blah, and send it with a proposal to the ministry, which is whoever who give you funding for you to go to the next school. So I think is you can do it that way. So and maybe you can ask me after this, so I can show you how you can do it,
right.
How you write letters, how you can write proposals in a proper way.
I think that's really helpful advice, because we're, as skateboarders and educators and passionistas, we're not necessarily familiar with how to deal with government bureaucracies.
Yeah.
Hey, I remember you reached out to us about half a year ago, because the government required that your coaches were certified.
Yes, that's true.
And so now you are actually our first group of coaches in Malaysia who are being certified by UC. How is that going?
Wow, that's good. I mean, the coaches are now trying their way to get the certification, because there are something that you guys need to be certified. But then because of the lockdown, because of the COVID-19, so we cannot proceed to in a few things more. But then I think after the COVID-19 lockdown, so right now we're having a lockdown for 2 weeks now, so everyone cannot go out anymore. Even we can't skate. I have problems here. Even lots of people we are getting caught if we doing something out of our will, and so we are trying to organize things at home right now, and after the COVID-19 maybe we can continue it. And currently I have programs at one of the place called Taman Medan and Subang Bistari. So these two places are black, what we call the red zone of drugs, and we teach kids to play skateboard and music at the same time. So, and also humanitarian. So we teach them how to become humanitarian, which is activism, and save other people which is in trouble, and become our spies, and tell us who need help and support. We try to go there and support them. And so currently the program have stopped for a while, supported by the government, which is from the anti-drugs ministry, and squad, anti-drug squad, which is I am the what we call the president of squad anti-drugs Selangor, which is in my state, so appointed by my government, and I have to take care of the volunteers in my states, in order to volunteer to save other people which is in trouble, and also we try to help people which is on drugs, and try to recover. We try to pull them into rehab and in the cure and care center. So
and how's
that's
it going
how
for you?
we work. Yeah, right now it's quite hard. It's very hard here, and I have to stay put. Even right now, I'm focusing on this area called Subang Bistari, because my the other area I could not go because it's kind of far from my home. So this area is kind of is a rumble in the Bronx. It's a ghetto. I received threats, and I received what we call people are threatening. You can't do programs here. You can't do drug-free programs here. So they are threatening us, and especially the kids. So it scares the kids, to play skateboard, and because there's lots of drug dealing going on around here, and a lot of people are into drugs. So they threaten kids who play skateboard at their blocks. There's a block here, so all the kids that play at the down at below the blocks, they will threaten them, and they call they try to harass. They try to harass and say bad words to the kids. So I have to protect these kids.
And you're seeing some successes, I hear.
Yeah, I have these 5 kids, which is really amazing. So I'm trying to get them focused on what they do. They are kind of what we call the poor people of this area. They are children of ex-drug user, children of what we call the lower income people. So I am focusing on them. So I see the changes from their attitude, from their skills of playing skateboard, from knowing nothing, and now they are good at it, and they are trying to focus on skateboard. Before this, they were not. They go around and doing nothing, and do crimes and stuff. So their parents are doing crimes like drug dealing and stuff. So it's kind of scared to live here with all the kids. So now I attending the 5 kids. So I wanted to focus on these 5 kids and become pro skater in this area, in this city someday. So hopefully they will become a good person, drug-free person at the same time. It can spread the message, playing skateboard, and go into good music, and at the same time, stay cool and positive all the time. And maybe they can change their parents' lifestyle, showing how they are now. The bad habits, that have to go away. And
that's a really revolutionary concept, to think of children changing their parents. Wow.
Yeah, this is something that we have to focus on. Yeah.
That's an amazing story, Khai. It's just amazing.
Thank you very much.
The work you're doing is incredible.
Yeah, thank you very much. Because it's not easy. I mean, I also scared on doing this. I receive threats, and people are not liking what I do, because this is skateboarding is not new to is new to this kind of people who never seen skateboard. They say that it's dangerous, it's noisy kind of stuff. So they are not friendly to skateboarding. So I have to go through all this. I have to speak to them, say that, hey, it's okay, you kids can play skateboard. We have all the safety pads. So they are scared. They are skeptical. What we call it, skeptical and negative about what I'm trying to give to their children. So this is I have to go through at the moment,
we understand what the challenge it is, and we're really happy to be working with you. We're looking.
Thank you very much,
I'm personally looking forward to come and visit and do some training with you. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I also wanted to go to the US for the training, and supposedly I should have received my award on at San Francisco on last year, but it's been postponed. So hopefully I can continue it this year.
Hopefully soon. Yeah. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, Joe. Thank you very much.
Khai, thanks a lot.
Welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Joe.
It.
So it's really good to be here. So hopefully we can join again next year.
Right on.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, Khai.
All right.
See you soon. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, guys.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay, our next presenter is Raymond Tenbrook.